Hey y'all, it's Tuesday, and Tuesday means it's Tuesday's Tales Day. Woohoo! All right, we are on live, and it is great to be on with y'all tonight. It's Tuesday's Tales, and we're excited because got some great announcements coming up for y'all. First of all, planner. Um, I have been working on getting our C Street Kids youth channel and our youth channel. Our youth channel has been online, but our C Street Kids channel is new. And I'm working on downloading all of our Tuesday's Tales videos, all of them, from March when I was using my phone to those weeks when I was trying to hold the phone and hold the thing and everything at the same time. I got that worked out. But I'm able to download all our old videos, and I'm going to be putting them on the C Street Kids Youth channel. And if you haven't subscribed to the C Street Kids YouTube channel, you can do that. And I will be putting the link in the comment box below. And you'll be able to watch all of our old storytime videos, including starting from the beginning with Amelia Bedelia, all the way down to this week, which is going to be a great week. If you take a mouse to school. Now, I know that my kids started school this week, whether you're online or back in your school building. I want y'all to comment down in the box below and tell me how your week's going. I hope y'all are all having a great week. I know my Girl Scouts has started this week. All my kids have started school in some form or fashion this week, so I want to know how that's going for you. I would love to hear your stories about that. All right. I bet none of y'all, though, have took a mouse to school. I don't recommend it. I did have a girl one time try to bring a stray kitty into church. It had to go back outside. It didn't look like it wanted to be there. But that was years ago. All right. So, our story for tonight. If You Take a Mouse to School by Laura Numeroff, illustrated by Felicia Bond. If you take a mouse to school. All right. Aww, the little mouse is getting dressed and getting its hair combed. That's so sweet. And look at all the little adventures that they've had together. He must be a pet mouse now and not just like a random mouse that he found outside. Because when you read If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, you kind of wonder if he found that mouse like outside somewhere. So if you take a mouse to school, he'll ask you for your lunchbox. When you give him your lunchbox, he'll want a sandwich. Aww. And a snack for later. Then he'll need a notebook and some pencils. Look at all those cookies he's putting in there. He'll probably want to share your backpack too. I don't know. I can't decide which one would be more comfortable. The lunchbox full of cookies or the backpack full of stuff that could hit you on the head. When you get to school, he'll put all his things in your locker and take a look around. There he is. Hey, Miss Hazel. I hope y'all are having a great time in West Virginia. So, he might do a little math and spell a word or two. Look at those big words. Onomatopoeia, precocious, adrenaline, mercurial, insidious, and verisimilitude. There's somebody that probably knows what that means. That's a lot of different kinds of math. He'll even try a science experiment. Then he'll need to wash up. You'll have to take him to the bathroom. Once he's nice and clean, he'll be ready for his lunch. On the way to the lunchroom, he'll see some building blocks. He'll build a little mouse house. My 5th grade class, we had 2 pet rats. A kid from my class brought the pet rats to school, and they lived in our classroom. And he'll make some furniture out of clay. Oh, dude, that's a nice little establishment. It's got a little rope that goes up there. Then he'll need some books for his bookshelf. He'll start by writing one of his own, so he'll need a lot of paper. He'll probably use up all your pencils. Good night, Mouse. Bye, Mouse. I'd say he used up all the pencils. When he's finished, he'll want to read his book to you. Then he'll want to take it home, so he'll put it in your lunchbox and tuck it in a safe place. When the bell rings, he'll run out to wait for the bus. Oh my goodness, look. There he is. He's gonna get ran over. While he's waiting, he'll play a quick game of soccer. Then he'll ask you to shoot a few baskets. And do a little skateboarding. When he stops to catch his breath, he'll want to eat his snack. So he'll ask you for your lunchbox. And chances are, if he asks you for your lunchbox, you'll have to take him back to school. Aww. The end. So I've heard there's more of these books. I haven't read one of them in a while. I think there's one like if you have a party with a pig or something like that. I have read if you take a mouse to school, if you give a pig a pancake, if you give a moose a muffin, if you give a cat a cupcake, if you give a dog a donut, if you give a mouse a cookie, and if you take it, yeah, I think that. And then at Christmas time, there's a Christmas book called If You Take a Mouse to the Movies, and I'm going to read that one at Christmas time. I think that's all of them. Maybe. All right. Our Bible story for tonight is about the prophet Isaiah. My kids at church know that prophet is someone that God gives a message to, and then he goes and tells everybody about it. The prophet Isaiah is very important. Although all the prophets were important. Isaiah just had a really, really, really long message. All right. Operation No More Tears. The rescuer will come. Prophecies from Isaiah 9, 11, 40, 50, 53, 55, and 60. So yeah, his is just really, really long. All right. Do you know what your name means? Well, there was once a man called Isaiah, and his name meant God to the rescue. That might sound like a bit of a funny name to you, but it was just the right name for Isaiah, because God had a special job for Isaiah. You see, Isaiah's job was to listen to God and then tell people what he heard. That's what I just said. Now, God let Isaiah know a secret. God was going to mend his broken world. He showed Isaiah his secret rescue plan. Operation No More Tears. This is the message God gave Isaiah. It was like a letter that God wrote to his children. Aw. Dear little flock, you're all wandering away from me, like sheep in an open field. You have always been running away from me, and now you're lost. You can't find your way back, but I can't stop loving you. I will come to find you, so I am sending you a shepherd to look after you and love you, to carry you home to me. You've been stumbling around like people in a dark room, but into the darkness a bright light will shine. It will chase away all the shadows like sunshine. A little baby will be born, a royal son. His mommy will be a young girl who doesn't have a husband. His name will be Emmanuel, which means God has come to live with us. He is one of King David's children's children, the Prince of Peace. Yes, someone is going to come and rescue you, but he won't be who anyone expects. He will be a king, but he won't live in a palace, and he won't have lots of money. He will be poor, and he will be a servant. But this king will heal the whole world. He will be a hero. He will fight for his people and rescue them from their enemies. But he won't have big armies, and he won't fight with swords. He will make the blind see. He will make the lame leap like deer. He will make everything the way it was always meant to be. But people will hate him, and they won't listen to him. He will be like a lamb. He will suffer and die. It's the secret rescue plan we made from before the beginning of the world. It's the only way to get you back. But he won't stay dead. I will make him alive again, and one day, when he comes back to rule forever, the mountains and trees will dance and sing for joy. The earth will shout out loud. His fame will fill the whole earth as the waters cover the sea. Everything sad will come untrue. Even death is going to die, and he will wipe away tears from every eye. Yes, the rescuer will come. Look for him. Watch for him. Wait for him. He will come. I promise. Poor Isaiah. He read God's letter over and over to God's people, but no one listened to him at all, ever. They didn't want to hear God's promise. They didn't believe it. Did it sound maybe too good to be true? A story that ends happily ever after? Well, it does sound like a fairy tale, doesn't it? And as anyone will quickly tell you, fairy tales aren't true. Or are they? Spoiler alert, Isaiah's prophecies all come true. And the probability of all of them coming true is pretty small. It's a pretty big probability. Yeah, it's like one in a whole bunch. Cool. All right. Well, while you're waiting for me to upload all of our old Tuesday's Tales videos from back in March, people, they're going to be online next week. And ever you're just like, oh, I just got to watch a story. Got to do it. You can get on the channel by following the link in the box, and you will be able to watch them all. Forgive my bad filming. It was quarantine. But never fear. These books are for next week's choices. Next week we have Dear Annie, which is a great story that I loved when I was a kid about a little girl that is pen pals with her grandfather. And we have Dear Annie, we have Madeline in London. So, these are your choices for next week. You can go ahead and vote in the box below in the comments, or You can vote on my story next week or on the C Street Kids story. I look forward to reading again with you next week. If you have any ideas of books that you'd like me to read, let me know, and I will go to the library and get them. And I'll see y'all next week. Bye!